Hey guys, I decided that I want to do a collection of videos surrounding my dreadlocks, and I thought what better way to start it with a tag. So here is the dreadlock tag. I'll answer a few questions about my dreadlocks and you'll just get to know a bit more about me and why I started them. Now for the purposes of this video, I have put my hair out and down because I don't usually wear it down. I wear it in an updo or kind of, tied back. It's a bit too much for me to handle on a daily basis because I'm quite an active person. I just like being able to do things, without my hair getting in the way. So that's the reason I choose to not really wear it down, even though it's long, and a lot of people will be like, oh, you have such long beautiful hair, you never wear it down, what's the point? Well, for me, just because you have long hair doesn't mean you have to wear it down all the time. Yeah. Anyways, let's get started on this tag, guys. And please bear with me because I'm feeling a bit ill, a bit under the weather, and my nose is very stuffy, and all of those symptoms that you get with a cold or a flu. So if I sound a bit raspy or a bit like, that's why. Okay, so starting with the first question.
Do you remember the specific moment you decided you were going to dread your hair? Where were you and how did you feel?
There wasn't any specific moment that I thought, okay, I'm going to get locks now. What happened for me is that I was very interested in dreadlocks, and of course I still am, and I thought it would be interesting if I got locks. I wonder how locks would look on me. And I just started having questions in my mind like that and thinking, can I do locks? What would the maintenance be like? Could I, actively wear that style? Could I be happy with them? How do I feel about locks? And then I started answering those questions in my mind. It was basically like a self-talk, a bit of dialogue in my head, just weighing up the pros and cons as to whether or not getting dreadlocks is something that I wanted. And I did that for about a year, and along with that I also did my research, and research involved going on Google and typing in questions like, how long does it take for dreadlocks to form? How do you wash dreads? This and that. And as well as that, my mother also had dreadlocks, and she had them she still has them, but she's had them for quite a long time. I would say over 10 years. I want to say over 20 years, but I'm not quite sure, so I'll just say 10 plus years definitely she's had them. And I think maybe her having them and seeing her have them played a part, but I don't really recognize it as playing a huge part. I feel like I was always interested in braided hair, braids and twists and whatnot, but I never thought of permanent braids or permanent twists. I never thought of having my hair in that style permanently until one day it actually crossed my mind, and I was thinking, I always have my hair in braids and I always have my hair in twists, why didn't I just leave them like that? And that essentially is what I did. The moment that I decided to lock my hair was the moment that I felt like I was knowledgeable enough, I felt ready, I felt comfortable, and I felt like it was a decision that, I'm set on it. Nothing else is going to change my mind. I have read about the pros, I've read about the cons, I've thought about them for myself, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I've accepted everything, and now it's time to get them done. And I got them done at the end of when I was going to say 2016, but obviously not. I got them done at the end of 2012, and I believe the month was October, so it was around September, October time. And I remember going in to class afterwards, after I'd got them done, and everyone was shocked and they were like, oh my god, Samara, look at your hair, blah 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 blah. And you know, everyone has something to say. Some people say good things, some people say bad things, and some people even laugh, because that's how kids are. You know, I say kids because it was secondary school, or for you Americans watching, or if you're not from the UK, high school. That's the time that I got it done. So 2012 to 2017, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's 5 years ago that I had them done.
Where were you and how did you feel?
I was at home and I felt okay. I can't really remember how exactly I felt. I probably felt like, oh, finally, this is it. This is finally happening. I get to have my hair how I want it, and it's going to be so nice and beautiful and blah, 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 blah. And at the time, my mum is the one that started it off for me, because, you know, why do something yourself when someone else can do it for you? Like I said, she's had dreads for over 10 years, so I thought I might as well let her do them. She was always braiding my hair, she was always like blow drying it, straightening it for me from a very young age. So yeah, I just thought, why not? It makes sense for her to be doing my hair. I'm not going to pay anyone £50 an hour or something, or whatever they charge, to do my hair when my mum can do it. Plus, I wouldn't have even had £50 to spare for 1 hour, let alone 6 hours, or however long it takes to get it professionally done. So it makes sense that if you have someone at home, or if you have a friend that is good with hair, let them do your hair. So yeah, I think that answers the question very well, if not too well. So moving on to the next question.
What method, if any, did you use to start your dreadlocks?
The method that was used to start my dreadlocks is 2-strand twists, and if you don't know what 2-strand twists are, it's in the name. So you get 2 strands of your loose hair and then you twist it, either clockwise or anti-clockwise, and mine were twisted clockwise.
What is the length of your longest dread, and what is the length of your shortest dread?
Now, in order to answer this question, I would have to get a measuring tape, and I would then have to find my longest dread and measure it, and then I would have to find my shortest dread and measure that. And do you really think I have time for that? Really? Like, really, I'm really going to get a measuring tape and just start measuring my hair, or even trying to like find the longest dread. Now, I don't know if this is the longest dread, but it seems pretty long. And when I pull it down, you know, it gets even longer, because you know how afro textured hair is. So I'm pulling it down and it comes to just the top of my belly button. I don't really need a measuring tape for that, guys, because you know where the top of your belly button is. I guess you don't know where the top of my belly button is, so yeah, let me just get this out of the way and measure it. Okay, here's my measuring tape. So I want to say that my longest lock is 19 to 20 inches, or 49 to 51 centimeters, according to this tape right here. Here's the inches, so that's 19, 20, and 49, and 51. Now to find the shortest lock, that's going to be very easy, because if I come closer, a little closer for you guys, got a bit of spot right there. My shortest lock. Okay, I'm gonna choose this one for the sake of it, you know, because I can't be bothered. This one has properly locked at the bottom, and this one's quite a new one, but it's starting to lock. Let's see, I'll choose a proper locked one. This is properly locked. It's locked from hair to hair, and there's barely any new growth. So yeah, my hair needs washing, just FYI. Okay, got a bit of hair sticking up right there. But let's just measure this one right here. So from my scalp and down, and hair. And this is, let's see, 6.5 inches or 16 to 17 centimeters. So landed about this mark right here and on here. Anyways, guys, I hope some of you are grateful for me just straight up measuring my locks with a measuring tape, because who does that? Come on, I don't do that. But if you do that, then it's cool. You know, everyone likes to know precisely how long their hair is. If you ever see my body and you see my belly button from this point onwards, from October, just know that in October 2017 my longest lock was just above my belly button, and my shortest lock was you know, just kind of hitting my eyebrow right here. Yeah.
Do you have any dreads that are especially unique, strange, or awesome?
I would say that all of my dreads are special, unique, strange, and awesome, because they're all different. And it's not like I've picked out one in particular and been like, hey, you are so strange, you are so awesome, I really like you. Maybe I have done that, but I haven't been paying much attention to my hair, in all honesty. Like these past few months, no, not much attention has been paid to my hair. And I guess I could pick out a few of them and be like, wow, this one's awesome. But on a whole, I would like to say, yeah, they're all pretty awesome. They're different sizes, different shapes, different lengths, and yeah, some of them have been joined together and some of them haven't. But yeah, they're all pretty awesome, I would say. Yeah, very nice. And I guess that answers the question. So moving on to the next question.
How many dreads do you have currently? And is that the same number you started off with?
I cannot give you a precise or clear answer. All I can say is that I have a lot of hair on my head and my hair is quite long, and just by guesstimating, I would say, I don't know, maybe I have 80 locks on my head. Maybe that's a bit too much, but I don't know. I really can't answer that question. But I'm gonna go with 50, 60, 70. That's around the amount of locks I think I have. But to actually count them, oh my goodness, that would be long. Oh, that would be so long. Like I would hire someone to do that. You know, like if you wanted to do that, you're perfectly fine to come over and just start counting my locks. You know. Yeah, I'm gonna just guesstimate that I have 50 to 70 locks, give or take.
And is that the same number you started off with?
The amount of locks I have now is definitely not the same number of locks I started with. And the reason for that is because some locks, they look like they were a bit thin, and so I joined them together, I twisted them together in holy matrimony and they locked together. So that essentially decreased a lock. And some of my loose hair that wasn't locked, it grew, and I was able to start it up as a dread, so that increased the lock. I don't know how many locks have decreased or increased, what have you not, but I know for a fact that the locks I have on my head now is definitely not the same amount of locks that I had when I first started in 2012.
What shampoo or other products do you use on your dreads?
I don't use many products on my locks, to be honest. All I use is shampoo that is usually natural or barely has any harmful ingredients in it. And I use bicarbonate of soda to soak my hair in before I wash it. And then I use apple cider vinegar to condition my hair, if you will, or to close the cuticles, whatever you want to call it. It really softens my hair and it acts as a great conditioner in my opinion. And I would use that after I've soaked my hair, after I've washed my hair and rinsed it, then I go in with apple cider vinegar as a conditioner and then rinse it out after about 10 minutes. And just as a sort of reference as to what I'm using now in the month of October 2017, I will just go ahead and show you. So like I said, I use bicarbonate of soda for the soak, hopefully you can see that. And then after I finish soaking my hair and rinsing it, I go in with a shampoo. And I've been using this shampoo by Green Pharmacy, Herbal Cosmetics. It's a shampoo against hair loss and it's made with a burdock root. And it's an ingredient that has been used for hair loss. And although I'm not, suffering from that, touch on wood, I think it's just, it's good to use things that prevent the things that you don't want to happen. So if you're using an anti-aging cream at say age 30 and you don't need it, what you're doing essentially is preventing those things from happening before they actually happen. Like, it makes no sense to be using an anti-aging cream when you're 50 years old and your wrinkles started happening when you were 40. You gotta prevent it from happening. You can't prevent something from happening when it's already happened. But yeah, I'm not saying that this is gonna happen to me, but I just like that it's for people who need an uplift with their hair if they're losing it. And the ingredients are fairly straightforward. They're actually pretty typical ingredients, to be honest. The only reason I picked this up is because I wanted to try something new. And yeah, here are the ingredients. Hopefully you can see that. I mean, the writing is pretty small, but yeah, hopefully you just clock that there. Before that, I was using a nascent shampoo. I'll just put the link or the name in the description box so you can check it out. It's just a natural tea tree oil shampoo with a few ingredients, like much less ingredients than the shampoo that I'm using right now. And yeah, it leaves your hair feeling fresh and clean and all of that good stuff. So the last thing I use, like I said, is apple cider vinegar. But I ran out of my apple cider vinegar a while ago. And what I've been using is this white rice vinegar over here. And the reason that I've been using this is because, like I said, I ran out of apple cider vinegar. But more so, I don't even use white rice vinegar, or at least not now, not using it right now. Like, it's not in any of my recipes at all. So I just thought, what's the point of leaving it sitting there? I ran out of apple cider vinegar. I'm not bothered to get any more from the store right now. So I might as well use that. Vinegar is vinegar in most cases. And I know that using white rice vinegar is perfectly fine to be used in place of apple cider vinegar when I'm conditioning my hair. So yeah, those are the three products I'm using at this very moment, but they're likely to change, especially the shampoo, and of course I'm gonna get some more apple cider vinegar.
How often do you wash your dreads?
I wash my dreads about 1 to 2 times a month, and to be honest, I'm more likely to be on the lower end of the scale and just wash my hair once a month, especially since the weather over in the UK, in London, it's quite chilly, it's quite cold. It's not like the sun is constantly beaming down on me and my head is sweating or whatever, or I'm doing, exercises or running or whatever. I just wash my hair once a month on average. But if I am being a bit more active or my hair is smelling a bit, funky and it needs washing, then I'll wash it. And that could be anything from 2 to 3 times a month. It really depends, but I know that on average I wash my hair 1 to 2 times a month, more so once a month, like I said. If you want to check out how I soak my dreads in bicarbonate of soda, please check out my bicarbonate of soda soak video. You'll see it if you just, scroll through the hair care playlist and you'll see a video of me bending over a sink. That is the video. And it will also have bicarbonate of soda in the title. That is the video. I just think bicarbonate of soda is one of the best things you can use for soaking your dreads, especially if you wash them once or twice a month. You gotta get a soak in there. You can't just, wash them with shampoo alone and then just leave it. At least that's how I feel in my experience. Like, my hair wouldn't feel clean. It wouldn't feel as, as washed if I just washed it with shampoo and nothing else, if I didn't use the bicarbonate of soda, or if I didn't use apple cider vinegar afterwards, and give it a very, like, you know, nice deep sort of massage / scrub, and just get in there, you know. I make sure to deep cleanse. There's no like surface cleanse going on here, no dry shampoo, no getting a baby wipe and putting it over your scalp. I don't know who does that.
Do you do any regular maintenance on your dreads?
The only maintenance I do to my locks is to twist them once a month, which is literally after I've washed and dried my hair. I'll get the hair gel out and start twisting. And the hair gel that I'm currently using is... where is it? It's this one by ORS, or ORS, Lock and Twist Gel Premix Cream Hair Gel Formula. It says it combines moisture and hold for locks and twists. And I think I've been using this one for a while, but the difference is that they just packaged it differently and they changed the name. But I always remember the purple colour, at least. I think it's the same one I've been using for all this time. And to be honest, this isn't a natural sort of gel. Like, the ingredients on it, they aren't very natural. I guess some of them are, such as the aqua, the coconut oil, glycerine. But everything else is just like propanol, carbamol, dithylethyl, 6-naphthalate, parfum, aminomethyl, methylparaben. See, this has parabens in it, and I think that this is the only hair care product, I guess, that I use that has parabens and harmful ingredients and parfum and alcohol and whatever. So I'm thinking of changing up my hair gel, but to be honest, it's something that although it's crossed my mind, I haven't really been on it like Sonic, because like I said, I twist my hair once a month. It's a once a month thing, and this hair gel, you know, it lasts a long time, and it's cheap. Like, I've got about this much. Hopefully you can see that. I've got about a little, like 2 handfuls. And when I say 2 handfuls, I mean 2 of my hands, because my hands are quite small. So I got 2 handfuls in there, and 2 handfuls is enough to do my hair. I want to say for the year, but that's probably a lie. Probably enough to do my hair for about, I don't know, 3-4 months, I guess, which is a very long time. So I just think, even though it would be nice to have a natural product that actually works to hold the twists in and lock the hair, you know, it's once a month that I use it. So I don't know, maybe I'll change my mind. For me, the whole sort of apprehension is because I know that if I was to go out of my way to buy a natural product, organic, free of parabens, SLS, parfum, etc., I know that it would be quite costly. But then at the same time, it's like, let's say if the hair gel was £15, I'd be spending £15 a year, let's say, or £15, yeah, a year. I was going to say 8 months, but honestly, I think I've had this for the start of the year, or around the start of the year, and it's now October. Like, that hair gel is gonna last me into 2018, honestly. And again, we're in October 2017, so I don't know, maybe I'll invest in one, maybe I won't. Really depends. I do want to try one, but I think it's going to be a case of me, you know, feeling like I want to go out and buy one versus me thinking I should buy one, you know, because I feel like it would be beneficial for me to get one, but at the same time, it's like I already have one and it works well, even though it contains all of those harmful ingredients and etc, etc, etc. And there's also this sort of thinking and feeling that my hair is just my hair. It's like, come on now, this hair, apparently it's dead. I say apparently because I have not done my research into this. Apparently this is dead hair, and the live hair is hair at the roots. But to me, it's just hair. It's like, come on now, why am I bothered what is going on my hair unless it's harming my hair, like a relaxer or a chemical or whatever. Like, so far I cannot see any harm being done to my hair using that hair gel, so I guess that's why I lean more to the side of not really bothering to get anything natural or whatever. But anyways, without further ado guys, let's move on to the next question.
What are your favorite beads or other decorations?
Now this question I can answer in literally, I don't know, 30 seconds. I don't have any favourite beads. I don't use beads at all. I'm not a bead sort of person, so yeah, I can't give you any sort of detailed answer to that question.
If your dreads had their own personal motto, what would it be?
If my locks had their own personal motto, YOLO. Bitch, I'm here. Ragged. I don't know what my motto would be for my locks. I feel like I need the time to really sit down and think about this in detail, but off the top of my head, I'm gonna say my motto for my hair is going to be kind, always. Because kindness, love is what makes the world go round and what makes people feel like they're appreciated. And locks, they are all love, okay? They are abundance of love and dedication, and I feel like that's what they symbolize. So my motto for my locks is going to be kind, always. Yeah. I'm not set on that for real, but you know, the video time is just going over what I really wanted it to, so we gotta move this on, you know?
If you could start a new set of dreads, would you do anything differently?
Okay, so I find this question quite interesting. Not that I didn't find the rest interesting, this one has just piqued my interest, you know. If I had a new set of dreads, or if I was to start a new set of dreads, I think the thing that I would do differently is to start them off being thicker rather than medium or thin. This is because locks tend to thin out, you know, as they get older and as the years go by. And I noticed that some of my locks, not this one, I don't know why I'm really holding this one and looking at it, you know, just inspecting really, needs a good wash. Yeah, I can definitely see when I look up close and personal like this that, yeah, needs a good wash. I can't smell anything anyways, I have a cold, so I don't I don't even know why I tried to smell it. But anyways, I'm sure my hair doesn't smell bad. I would make my locks thicker, probably, let's say, about this thick. Hopefully you can see that. This thick, so very thick. Like, let me show you the thickness I'd make it. Okay, a bit thicker than that. Okay. Yeah, I would make my locks so that this thick. I would start them out at this sort of thickness. Hopefully you can see that. So like this. But they started out as this level of thickness right up here. And then down here, I don't know if you can see, but it's a bit thinner. It's slightly thinner than up top. So, yeah. The reason I would make them thicker starting off is because, number one, like I said, the locks tend to thin out as the years go by and as they get older. And number two, thick locks are beautiful. All locks are beautiful, right? But there is just something about thick and strong locks. It just gives off this vibe that they're, you know, healthy. They're not gonna break. They're not gonna thin out. They are completely solid and, like I said, strong. And that's the sort of impression that I get. So I guess, yeah, if I was gonna do anything differently, it would just be to make my locks thicker. Oh, and I would also do something about the partings as well, because what I notice is that if one of my locks is a bit thin and I try and put it in with another one, it won't work because of the parting, the way it's being parted. What will actually happen is, like, just imagine, I don't know, I've got two locks here, whatever, and try and twist them together. Because they're parted in like different places, and they're not in the same parting, if that makes sense. They pull on the scalp. So yeah, those are the two things I would do differently. Thicker locks, and maybe change up the parting formation, if that's even possible, if that's even a thing, I don't know. But yeah.
Is there anything else unique about your appearance other than dreadlocks? Tattoos, piercings, etc.?
It depends on what you consider unique. But I would say my appearance, it definitely is unique. Have you ever seen anyone that looks like me? No? Well, there you have it, I look unique. I guess one thing I'm going to point out is this birthmark or mole. I don't think it's a mole, it's a accumulation of melanin that has accumulated in one spot, and it's just, you know, stayed there, and it just makes this little slightly raised thing on my face, and I don't really know how I feel about it. If I could get it removed, I think I would, because although it's not something that plays on my mind and bothers me on a daily basis, I know it is there. And you know, if I wanted to cake my face in makeup one day, oh my goodness, I would just always think about, oh, I have to hide this, I have to make sure that the makeup doesn't come off because this would show, and yada yada yada. I'm not the sort of cake your face in makeup sort of chick, but I don't know, if I wanted to, and if I was that sort of person, I wouldn't want to have to work with something like this that is hard to cover up and is, you know, very noticeable, and you know, I can feel it as well. Skin hair obviously isn't smooth because it's quite raised on this thing right here. I guess you could say that's unique about my appearance, because have you seen anyone, or do you know of anyone that has that specific birthmark on their face in the same place? Same size, same colour, everything? I think not. So yeah, I'm gonna say that's what adds to my unique appearance. I don't have any piercings or tattoos, and I don't think I'll get any piercing or tattoos because I'm kind of anti-piercings and anti-tattoos. And I guess if you want to know why I feel that way about piercings and tattoos, then I'll make a video on it. But this video has gone on long enough, so we gotta get to the next question.
How many people do you know personally with dreadlocks?
I only know one person personally with dreadlocks, and that is my mother. I have acquaintances with dreadlocks, and I've seen people around, I've said hi to them, whatever, and they have dreadlocks. I don't know anyone personally. I don't have a friend or a best friend or a partner or whatever who has dreadlocks or who has had dreadlocks. So yeah, it's just myself and my mother I know personally who have dreads.
Have any employers turned you down for having dreadlocks? Have any wanted you because of your dreadlocks?
If I've been turned down because I had dreadlocks, or if I've been accepted because of my locks, I honestly would not know about it, because no one's ever acted in a way that gave me that sort of impression, or, you know, made me suspicious as to why they turned me down or why they accepted me. So what I'm going to say, to my knowledge, I don't think I have been turned down or hired or accepted or whatever really because of my locks. I don't think so.
What is the weirdest question you've gotten about your dreadlocks?
I feel like I should have read these questions in advance and prepared my answers, because I have no idea what the weirdest question I've had about my dreads is. To be honest, I think maybe the reason why I can't think of anything is because I haven't had any weirdest question. No one's really asked anything weird about my dreads. At least if they did, it wasn't weird enough for me to actually remember it, if that makes sense.
What are the dumbest, funniest, and most common questions you've gotten about your dreadlocks?
Dumbest, funniest, most common questions I've gotten about my dreads. I have been asked, probably in college times, how do I wash my hair, and it was by this one particular girl. No one else really asked any questions, to be honest. Like, how do you wash it? I think she was interested in getting dreads, so she just wanted to know. And I just told her that I wash it like you wash your hair. You know, I use shampoo. I put shampoo on my hair and I just go in and I just rinse it off. There's no special method or special way that I wash my hair. Yeah. Just trying to think if there's any other questions. Like, there must be. I don't know, maybe I just I don't think I've experienced people asking a whole ton of questions about my hair, to be honest. I will say, however, now that I think about it a bit more, probably the most common question would be, how do you do your hair? But it's not common to the point where a lot of people are asking it. It's probably like 1 or 2 or 3 people throughout my life when I've had dreadlocks have asked that question. That's why it's the most common question, like among the people who have asked. So yeah, the question is, so how do you do your hair? Obviously my answer to that is 2-strand twist, gel it, leave it, and that's it. That's how I get my hair locked or dreaded, whatever you want to say. And then in terms of my hairstyle, how do I do my hair? I just tie it up at night time, like in an updo or just at the back, and then I wake up in the morning, and if it looks good I just leave it like that. If it doesn't look right when I wake up in the morning, then I just kind of reposition it. I tweak it a bit, I pull away that piece of hair that's just sticking up or sticking out, whatever, and yeah, I'm good to go. I don't really fuss about it. I don't do any styles in particular. I wouldn't say I'm very creative when it comes to styling my hair, because my hair is fine as it is. Like, you know, I can put it back, I can wear it down, I can wear it up, and that's it. You know, I think that's one of the main reasons that I decided to get locks, is because they're so low maintenance, at least for me. Like, they're very low maintenance. I don't have to do much with them. I just wake up, they're there, walk out the door, that's it.
Have you ever had a freak accident or an embarrassing moment involving your dreads?
So the most embarrassing, I don't even know if it was embarrassing. I mean, yeah, no, but I'm not the sort of person that gets embarrassed easily, so I don't know. What happened is I was sitting on the train, commuting to an appointment or something, and I was wearing sunglasses, and I put my sunglasses on the top of my head, and when I tried to take them off, my hair was caught in the middle piece of the glasses, the piece that just keeps the glasses up and on your nose grips, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, they were metal, and the actual grip part of it was plastic, and my lock had got caught in that piece between the 2 nose grips, and I was just trying to move it like that. I was trying to like slide it out, and yeah, it wasn't working. And it was quite painful as well. It's like I was in a rush, I was in a good mood, I was commuting, and I just didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want to deal with it there and then. So I just left the glasses on top of my head, and I was wearing my glasses for, I don't know, I think I wore my glasses during my appointment or meeting, and I know it can be quite rude to have glasses on top of your head, like, what is it, summertime? I mean, I don't even think it was summertime. I think I was wearing sunglasses because the sun was shining for a brief moment, but the weather overall, it was quite windy, and you know, the sun would come by every once in a while, and I just wanted to hide my eyes from it, you know? Yeah. I managed to get my lock unstuck from the sunglasses after my appointment, and I just went throughout the whole thing wearing them. Yeah, I didn't really feel any sort of way about it because it happened, and it's like, what can I do? They were stuck. Meh. You know? Could be considered embarrassing because no one wants to be wearing sunglasses on their head that they can't take off. It's like the most embarrassing moment was when there was a guy sitting on the opposite side of me, on that side. I was sitting here, he was sitting there, and I'm just here, just like, just trying to take the glasses off, and just struggling, and I just thought, you know, whatever, fuck it, you know, I just leave them on top of my head. And I think the lock that I got caught on, it wasn't that one, because this one's really long, it was a short one. I think it was this one right here that I got caught on. Yeah.
Do you have any role models with dreadlocks? If so, who?
I don't have any dreaded role models, to be honest.
What YouTubers with dreadlocks could you see yourself hanging out with in real life?
I don't have any dreaded YouTubers that I really follow or that I would like to hang out with, because I don't follow anyone, so how can I hang out with someone if I don't follow them and watch their stuff? Yeah, so I guess that answers all the questions. Hopefully you enjoyed my answers to the questions, and hopefully this video isn't too long. I'm gonna tag every one of you watching this video who have dreadlocks. If you want to do it, then by all means go ahead. I'm gonna post all the questions down in the description box if you want to check them out. And yes, I shall see you in my next video, and thank you very much for watching. I am feeling very stuffy right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and blow my nose. And yeah, bye!